Estelle says, most of the services I use to rank my clients' websites are subscription-based, so that means that I need to keep paying them every month to maintain my rankings. However, I noticed that when I start working on a new client site, the first 4 to 6 months rankings skyrocket, but then reach a plateau. My problem is that I don't have any more budget to create more links, and now I need to tell my clients that if they want to rank higher, they need to invest more money. What would the solution be to avoid that kind of situation? Okay, solution number one, ask for more money up front. Okay, seriously, raise your prices, Estelle. That's going to be solution number one. If you're dealing with people that if you're dealing with the wrong type of business, they're going to always be resistant to spending money on their marketing, because a lot of small businesses look at marketing as an expense and not as an investment. And that's why they will remain to be very small businesses, because they don't look at it the right way. When you're dealing with businesses that get it, they're willing to spend more money on their marketing because it's an investment that will give them a return on investment. So I don't know what your client situation is like, Estelle. I have no idea. But I know from firsthand experience and working in the contracting industry, mainly home services industry, for most of my SEO career, I dealt with a lot of contractors that don't want to spend money. They look at it as an expense. So when you start to realize those types of clients are always going to be the ones that give you the most shit. They're going to be the hardest time. They're going to be the ones that are always tracking every single penny and dollar being spent and questioning what you're doing all the time. They're just a pain in the ass. It's better to go with clients that are a little bit bigger, that have bigger marketing budgets. A lot of clients that I like to go after are clients that are doing pay-per-click advertising, and then I approach them for SEO because I know that they're willing to spend money to bring leads in the door. So again, number one would be to charge more money. If you're running out of money in your budget, then you're not charging enough, or you're paying too much for services that are ineffective, which could be part of it. The other part of that is, what would the solution be? Is start investing in your own infrastructure. Okay, that's one of the key factors. If you're always outsourcing work to like your link building and that sort of thing, you're always going to have to pay a portion of whatever you're charging the client out, and that can offset, like you said, to the point where you're not making any money. And then you're still managing the project, but you're not making any money, and you're still accountable to your clients. So one of the best things that you can do is start to build your own infrastructure. Hire your own link building team that work directly for you, because then you'll get your dollars will go a lot further, because if you have an in-house link building team, you have your own servers for GSA, whatever, you can build your own PBN networks. Whatever it is just to start investing in your own infrastructure, your own team, so that instead of paying an outsourcing service, you're paying your own team, which you'll get a hell of a lot more bang for your buck, so to speak. Okay? Mm-hmm. What do you think, Hernan?
I think that at some point you just don't want to keep throwing money at a project, and I get Estelle, and I totally agree with you, Bradley. I would suggest, Estelle, that you tighten up your own site, because at that point you probably have a lot of link juice flowing on your website, and sometimes we forget about that. So if you tighten up the on-site for once, and on the other side you can still build. You can still make more posts on your blogs to push those pages that are ranking on bottom page 1 or page 2 to push them higher. And that's
Hernan, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I think, if I remember correctly, Estelle also posted in the IFTTT SEO Academy group, Facebook group, about something similar. And I think her issue is that a lot of her clients, she doesn't have access to their website, so all she's doing pretty much is off-page stuff. Mm-hmm. And so if you and I think Marco talked inside, replied to you, Estelle, about how you could set up your own assets and then redirect those assets to client assets, so that you have more control, and ultimately you have control over the asset in case the client decides they don't need you anymore. You can maintain all the work that you've put in.
Yeah, that's a good point. If that's the case, then no, what I was saying won't work. I would suggest, Estelle, that you either ask for access, which is what I would do. I either work, because you need to work on the on-site. It's like 80% of the SEO right now. It's not like 50-50 or not even 60-40. It's like 80%. So if you're just building, and on the other hand, if you're just building links, then you should charge for link packages. You not SEO, not rankings, not results, just link packages.
That's
You know,
right.
I will build an IFTTT network. I will build X amount of Web 2.0s. I will build a PBN for you, whatever. But if you're not asking for access, you're kind of limping, you know, with your SEO, because 80% of the SEO is right now on site, and you're being accountable, as Bradley was saying. So you cannot work without the proper tools. If that's the way you want to handle it, that's fine. But I would suggest that you migrate your business from providing SEO services to providing link building services, which are less accountable, and you don't need access
That's
to do
right.
that.
Yeah, there's no way in hell I would ever promise or give an expectation of rankings if all I was doing was building links. If I had no control over the on page of the
Mhm.
site that I was building links to, there's no way that I would make any sort of promises as to what type of results they could expect, because, like Hernan said, 80% of it is, if you have a site with proper on page, you can rank it with a fraction of the off page
Mhm.
that it takes. In some sites, if the on page isn't done properly, it doesn't matter how much off page you throw at it, it's still not going to
Yeah.
rank,
Mm-hmm.
depending
Yeah.
on the level of competition in the space that you're working in.
Yeah, definitely. Well, for most, if you're doing on-site SEO for local clients and you throw an IFTTT network and the on-site is tight, then you will rank it. So.
Yep.
Yeah, when I saw her first comment on in the IFTTT SEO Facebook group, it kind of surprised me because I remember that she worked in the French market, and she has IFTTT working on her client sites, but she said it's not ranking. And I immediately went, well, how's your on page? And that's when she said, well, I don't control the on page. And if like you said, if you can't control the on page, then I mean, no matter what you do, that IFTTT ring is just powering up itself.
That's right.
It's not really doing anything for the website.
Yeah.
You have to be in control of that website and the on-page SEO, or else you build a blog subdomain, or you just take it out a step, and build your own asset.
Yeah.
Control it.
Which I recommend you do anyways going forward, is build your own asset. And you can always redirect your own asset to clients that are paying you, and that way they're benefiting from the work that you've done while they're paying you. But the moment they stop paying you, you can remove redirects, and now you've reclaimed all of the work that you've done and kept it for yourself, which in my opinion is only fair. I've had in my career where I've done work for, and most of you probably have too, where you've found a client, built them a site, ranked their site, and then they decided that they don't need you anymore because, oh, how easy it is to forget, what it was like before they had traffic, and once you've done all the work and they've decided they don't need you anymore because they're already at number one, now you're screwed. You just lost out on all that work that you did, and you don't get to receive a recurring revenue from it, which is why if you build your own assets that you can use to power up other people's assets when they're paying you, and then if they decide to not stop paying you, you just reclaim them, and then you can redirect to the next paying client that you find.
Right.
So keep control of your business.